West Los Angeles or the San Fernando Valley? It is the battle for the ages.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Alright, maybe not the battle for the ages, but it has been a long-standing grudge match between the two regions of Los Angeles. And in today's video, we're going to go over the two areas to see what may be the better fit for you when considering your move to the Los Angeles area. Now, I grew up in West Los Angeles.
West side, best side.
Eventually moved to the San Fernando Valley. My wife is from the Valley.
Beautiful San Fernando Valley.
So we would joke with each other which one was better growing up as a kid. And frankly, from the time I was a kid, there always seemed to be this grudge match between the two areas. I didn't get it then. I kind of understand it now. There's movies and TV show clips that highlight this grudge match. Now, it's probably helpful if we define the regions a little bit, because when you say West Los Angeles, it could mean a number of things to many different people. For the purpose of this video, we're talking about the boundaries between the ocean on the west, Robertson Boulevard on the east, the Santa Monica Mountains, Mulholland Drive to the north, and Los Angeles International Airport, LAX, to the south. Now, if you ask a lot of people, is that West LA? Some would say no, they would cut it off at the 405 freeway as being the eastern edge of West LA and not go into places like Santa Monica and Venice. But again, for the purposes of you having a better understanding of the greater Los Angeles area and West LA, that's how we're going to define West Los Angeles. Now, the valley is a little bit easier to define. The San Fernando Valley is basically an area between Calabasas to the west, the Santa Susana Mountains, where Porter Ranch and Granada Hills are, to the north, Burbank to the east, and on the south would be the Santa Monica Mountains. And again, Mulholland is kind of that dividing line in Santa Monica Mountains that separate the San Fernando Valley and West LA. But the reality is there's pros and cons to living in each of those areas of Los Angeles, and we're going to get into that right now, starting with the lifestyle. Now, we're going to start off with the beach vibe. West LA just kind of gives this beach vibe feeling. It's ingrained in the lifestyle there. It's ingrained in the culture there. I grew up going to the beach when I lived in West LA. And it's just, basically it's the accessibility. You don't have to travel over hills. You don't have to go through canyons. It's pretty much straight shot to the ocean. And you don't have to live right along the coast like in Marina del Rey, Venice, Santa Monica, Pacific Palisades. You can live a little bit east of that and still have easy access through just driving down Venice Boulevard or biking down Venice Boulevard, because it's so easily accessible from all areas of West Los Angeles that it's just, again, becomes part of the culture and what you do when living in West LA. Now, whether you're an ocean person or just want to go shopping or just sightseeing along the coast looking for wildlife or people watching or going to the pier, it's all there right there for you. And again, because the weather is so fantastic in Los Angeles, it's pretty much a year-long activity that you can do. Most people are there during the summer. It gets a little bit cooler during those winter months. We'll get more into that later. But for the most part, you can go to the beach and it's just a beautiful place to be all year long. So again, beach vibe in the West LA area. Now in the Valley, you're not going to really get that because the accessibility to the beach is a little bit more challenging. You've got to either take the 405 freeway to the 10 freeway, which is always filled with traffic and cars and congestion, or you hop along over the Topanga Canyon Boulevard, but you're going through canyons and it's quite a bit of a drive. So you don't really get that sense of, hey, let's go to the beach when you're in the Valley. It's not just something you do on a whim compared to what you would do in West LA. Again, I'm Dave Fine with the Real Estate Dads right here in Los Angeles. Welcome to the channel where we do videos of what it's like to live, work, and play in the LA area. Make sure you subscribe, tap the bell to get notified when we drop a new video, hit the like button if you like what you see, and of course, comment below whether you agree, disagree. We love to hear from you. What we like even more than that is helping people relocate to Los Angeles, and we are getting tons of people reaching out from all over the country, all over the world, who are looking to relocate to the LA area, and we absolutely love helping them. So make sure you reach out, phone, text, email, however which way, we've got your back when moving to LA. Although you don't have easy access to the ocean and the beach when living in the San Fernando Valley, I feel like you do have much easier access to hiking trails and the mountain ranges living in the valley. Because on the south, you have the Santa Monica Mountains, which provide you great canyon trails and spectacular views of the San Fernando Valley. And if you get to the top, you can see both the San Fernando Valley and the ocean, which is really cool. And when you're in the Santa Susana Mountains to the north, you can look down south and see some more spectacular views of the valley. So it's really cool if you like hiking and being outdoors, walking through the mountains, then the valley might be the right place for you. If you're into the beach scene, then West LA area would be better for you. Now, as far as other outdoor activities, Swimming is really big in the San Fernando Valley. Many homes have swimming pools, and there's many parks that have swimming pools as part of their recreation center. Because it's a lot warmer and sometimes it's super hot, the escape is to get into a pool. So I feel like hiking and swimming in pools are more central to the San Fernando Valley, and going to the ocean and maybe outdoor biking and jogging would be more central to West LA. Now, other types of lifestyle, let's talk about shopping and entertainment. West Los Angeles has different shopping regions. You can do shopping in Santa Monica, Venice, Marina del Rey, Culver City, Century City, and then you're also close to Beverly Hills shopping, as well as being close to the Grove along Fairfax Boulevard. Now, these are all different shopping regions with all very different vibes, and it's unique to West LA because no region is the same when it comes to shopping and entertainment. They all provide their own feel. Whether you're looking for something a little bit more eclectic and interesting, maybe you'll be in Venice. If you're looking a bit more upscale, then you're talking about Santa Monica, Century City. If you're talking in between, then maybe you're thinking about Culver City. Whereas in the Valley, there's plenty of shopping, but it's mainly along the Ventura Boulevard corridor. That's where your shopping and your entertainment are going to be for the most part, especially when you're living in the southern end of the valley. Now, if you're in the northern end of the valley, you have big outdoor shopping centers in Porter Ranch, Granada Hills, and in Northridge. And then if you're in the east, you have lots of shopping centers in the Burbank area. But unlike West LA, those shopping areas pretty much have the same feel. Now, I will say when you're along Ventura Boulevard, as I mentioned in other videos, each neighborhood along Ventura Boulevard, whether it's Tarzana, Encino, Sherman Oaks, Studio City, those have their own unique vibe and unique feel. But again, most of that shopping is going to be central to that Ventura Boulevard corridor. Now, in addition to the outdoor lifestyle, shopping, entertainment, the overall feel are very different. We specifically moved to the San Fernando Valley because we wanted a little bit more of a quieter lifestyle. It's a little bit more of a bedroom community. We felt like raising our family there would be a little bit different than compared to West Los Angeles. Now, West Los Angeles, it's a little bit more touristy. You have people from all over the world coming in many parts of West LA, especially to check out places like Santa Monica and Venice, and of course, Beverly Hills. Now, it's a little bit more congested as well in the West LA area. Traffic is everywhere in Los Angeles, but in West LA specifically, it's pretty dense and there's lots of cars, lots of congestion. In the San Fernando Valley area, it's a little bit more spread out. While there is still traffic, it's not as bad. Now let's talk about another big difference between West Los Angeles and the San Fernando Valley, and that is the weather. And believe me, there is a difference. Where they are similar is both regions will get about 325 days of sunshine, which is amazing. That's what I love about Los Angeles. You can pretty much be outside all year long. And if you're an outdoors person like myself and my family, it's a great place, either region. Now, what I will say there is a big difference is especially during the summer months. Although I will say, and we'll get to this in a minute, that you'll probably be outdoors a little bit more if you're in the West LA area compared to in the Valley. So we'll start off with West LA. The temperature range is between the mid 60s to the mid 80s. It's very comfortable. It's very enjoyable. It's awesome. In the Valley, it's a little bit different. You do get into those mid 60s, which is fine, but you do get into the 90s, mid 90s, and triple digits. Now, some will say the triple digits aren't more than a few days, but again, having lived it, it's more than a few days. And when you're in the 90s, that's hot.
Man, it is hot out here!
Now, I will say it is a dry heat. You talk about the difference, people talk about the difference between dry heat and humidity, and having traveled and been in the South during the summer, there is a difference between that dry heat and humid heat. But when you're in the upper 90s and triple digits, it's stifling either way. So on average, you can expect about a 10 to 15 degree difference in between the West LA area and the San Fernando Valley, especially when you're talking about spring and summer. So when you're living in the Valley, you are going to be running your AC a lot more, so your gas and electric bill will be higher. And if you want to go outdoors during those hot months, then you're definitely going to want to find a pool or some shade. Now, when I say hot months, I am talking between August all the way to really December. I've experienced mid 80s during Thanksgiving, during Hanukkah and Christmas time in the mid 80s. So it's a little bit different feel. It feels like it's summer, and it's not like that all the time throughout November and December, but you can touch those temperatures. And so basically for about 5 months out of the year, you are going to be in warm weather. Now, some people love it. I had neighbors there that absolutely loved it because they can jump in their pool pretty much 365 days a year, and that was just their thing. Now, the warm and hot temperatures in the Valley do have its benefits, especially when you're talking about the morning and evenings, because Unlike in West LA, where it can cool down significantly in the evenings, in the Valley it will stay warm overnight, which makes it great for outdoor activities during the evening. Now, during the spring and the summer, I enjoy getting up around 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, going for my walks or my runs, and it was already in the 70s, so it's very comfortable being outside. And in the evenings, it just made great for outdoor dining. Again, my family loved eating outside on our deck, so we would have dinners outside constantly through the spring and the summer, or just hanging out with neighbors and your friends outside, taking an evening stroll. The Valley really lends itself for a little bit more outdoor activities during those late afternoons and early evening times. So that warm weather is not all bad, and it does have its benefits. Now, there's also two other big differences between West LA and the Valley, and we'll start off with West LA. You get the beach fog that rolls in, and so sometimes during the morning, that sun doesn't come out and you have to wait till the afternoon for it to burn off the fog that rolled in off the ocean. So it could be a little bit more gray than you would like if you're living in the Los Angeles area and expecting sun all the time. It may not just come until the afternoon. Now, what's nice about being in the West LA area is because you are off the coast right there and that fog comes in, the air seems a little bit more crisp, a little bit more clean. Now, when you're in the Valley, you get the Santa Ana winds, and those winds can pick up, and I'm talking up to like 35 miles per hour. So if you are prone to allergies, it can affect you living in the San Fernando Valley area, but those winds do push out the smog that comes in occasionally when you're into the Valley, so it does have its benefits as well. So in my opinion, there is a significant difference in weather between West LA and the Valley. Okay, we're going to talk about our third major difference, and that is the cost of housing. And like the weather, there is a significant difference in the price of a home between West LA and the Valley. We'll start off with West Los Angeles area, where the median home price is around $2.4 million, and the price range can be anywhere between $900,000 up to $51 million. Yes, $51 million. Now, of course, you're talking about high-end super luxury mansions in the hills, but they do go up that high. Now, there are several factors of why this is true. One of them being the lack of land and the density of the West LA area. There's just nowhere to build, and so there's no new housing. And also, West LA has been more established, and because you have that easier access to the beach, including your beach communities like Venice, Marina, Palisades, Santa Monica, those are all driving those prices up because, of course, the closer you live to the ocean, to the coast, the more expensive housing is going to be. West LA also has easier access to business centers and business districts like Silicon Beach, which includes Playa Vista, Marina, Venice, Santa Monica, and also close to business centers like Culver City, Century City, Westwood, and even Beverly Hills. Now, all of these business centers include high-paying jobs along that tech and entertainment industry. So with all these high-paying jobs, the housing prices also come up with it. Living in West LA, you're also closer to LAX, the Los Angeles International Airport, which makes traveling across the country and internationally a lot easier. Now let's talk about the housing prices in the San Fernando Valley, with a median price of $900,000 and a range between $325,000 and $25 million. So right away you can see the big difference between West LA and the San Fernando Valley when it comes to housing prices. Now, when you live in the southern part of the valley, closer to Ventura Boulevard along the Santa Monica Mountains, like Encino, Sherman Oaks, Studio City, in those hills there, that's where you'll find your more expensive areas in the multi-million-dollar range, your larger homes with views. Now, if you're living in the central part of the valley, like Van Nuys, Reseda, Chatsworth, it's a little bit less expensive, including like Sylmar, Sun Valley, and those areas. You'll find a little bit more or less expensive. And when you get back into the northern end of the valley, the prices go up a little bit more, but not nearly as much as the southern end. Now, what's unique about the San Fernando Valley is you're going to find more planned communities and newer developments, simply because there's just more land and more space, especially when you're talking about the northern end of the valley. So if you're looking for newly constructed areas outside of Playa Vista, West LA is not going to be the spot for you. So if you do want that feel, there are plenty of options in the northern end of the San Fernando Valley. Another reason we chose to move to the San Fernando Valley, besides being away from the hustle and bustle of West LA, we also wanted a larger home with a bigger lot size. And frankly, in the San Fernando Valley, your money goes a lot further, a lot more bang for your buck. And so if you are looking for your money to go further in your housing costs, then the San Fernando Valley is your region. Now we'll talk a little bit of some bonus information, some bonus differences, and that is congestion and work. They kind of go hand in hand. If you're living in the valley, there is a strong likelihood that you're going to be commuting to West LA or maybe downtown area when it comes to work, because the San Fernando Valley doesn't have a whole heck of a lot of business hubs outside of Sherman Oaks, Woodland Hills and the Burbank area. So there is a good chance you're going to be on the roads. With that said, though, there is something nice not living right in the center of it all, because you can have a little bit more of a quieter community, a little bit more laid back, a little bit more peaceful, a little bit more tranquil feel in the San Fernando Valley. If you're living in West LA, you don't have to commute as much. You're still going to hit congestion, but you never really get to escape from the hustle of work and all the tourism that comes to the West LA area. So there you have it, some of the biggest differences between the West LA area and San Fernando Valley area. I'd love to hear your comments. If you agree, disagree, if you have more differences, comment below. Also, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the bell to get notified every time we drop a new video. Hit that like button if you like what you heard. And of course, make sure you reach out to us at the information below, because we absolutely love helping people relocate to the Los Angeles area.